Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to West Shamokin Junior Senior High School. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Internet camera fun times. But we're here. It's Josh Reckengoth and Connor Swartz. West Shamokin looking to go 4-1 on the season. Their only loss coming at Armstrong last week. Saw that game on High Top Sports Network. Today's broadcast presented by Carson Boyer Funeral Home and Monuments right here in Rural Valley, PA. And in the top of the third inning, West Shamokin on top 7-0, as you can see on your scoreboard up there. And a strikeout to end that inning. Avery Elkin been cruising so far. She's through 3 scoreless. And I was going to look up the box score there, but apparently it's locked on that account, Connor. Wouldn't be surprised. I think there is another login we have here that may have West Shamokin has this in as an admin on the Game Changer.
Get that 7-day free trial.
Yeah, right. Should. Well, you know, before we condensed everything, we had multiple accounts for a lot of stuff, like Game Changer being one of them, because we had it under another email address when we strictly were at the Leader Times, and now, wow, that foul ball. Hopefully, it doesn't bring our camera down there that took us. You should see it, folks. It's a display.
Yeah, it is.
And with zip ties in the bag all along, it's up there with masking tape. And the wind blowing straight in, right at it. So,
see how long that lasts.
Yeah, probably one good foul ball right to it because it's
yeah.
right behind home plate. Funny story: we were doing a playoff game, a Whitfield playoff game, a couple years back at Mars, and it was Armstrong versus North Hills. And during warm-ups, the North Hills pitcher, oh man, that one just banged it right on cue. The North Hills pitcher, she let loose on a warm-up pitch. It wasn't even during the game. Let loose on a warm-up pitch, and I'm not lying to you. It drilled the camera right in the lens. Went right over the catcher's glove. Like, the catcher was like, "What are you doing?" It was a high fastball, and the catcher jumped up to try and get it, and it tipped her glove and went right into the camera. I mean,
wow.
Complete black. And luckily, that camera lived to fight another day. I couldn't believe it. We got it restarted during the game, but that was the only camera view of that game, and it was taken out by, I believe her name was Sophia Rincone.
Okay.
Roncone, excuse me, Sophia Roncone. All right, first pitch in for a strike in the bottom half of the third. And that one fouled down the right side toward first base line. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the Game Changer to load here.
Okay.
So we'll get some names for you. That one high and a little bit upstairs outside. So as I mentioned, West Shamokin here 3-1 on the season, Connor. They got pummeled in Armstrong last week.
Oh, wow.
Gave up 4 home runs between pitchers Leomondi and Avery Elkin. A fly ball out there to right and checking it down in right field. I'm going to do this. How about this? Hear me click-clacking away on your broadcast there. Clickety-clack. And that one, a little nubber out in front, and it will be ruled a foul ball there. Quick score update. Armstrong Riverhawks and Freeport Yellow Jackets going at it today at Community Park. That game was rescheduled yesterday due to the bitter cold. So, let's see who we've got. Out in right field there making that last catch was Gemma Calicera. Maya McElwain, senior on this squad, 4-year player for the Wolves at the plate now, 1 down. See who's pitching here for Conemaugh Township. That would be number 2, Taylor Jarvis on the mound, or in the circle. I always correct myself because I'm so used to saying on the mound for baseball, but there is no mound out there, Connor. And
No, there isn't. Wow.
Wow, strike 3 there. It's actually a circle.
Okay.
It's not raised. It's not raised
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a mound is. And so I always say I'm on the mound, and I'm like, no, not on the mound. She's in the circle.
Just imaginary.
Imaginary indeed. I guess there's a little pad there for them to land on their foot, because that field turf, even though it is field turf, it gets dug up there whenever you keep, stepping into it like pitchers do.
Yeah.
And a swing and a miss right there. Jarvis with some heat. What number is batting there, Connor? I can't see.
Looks like, I don't know if the worst angle, 24.
24. That is Evie Grants, freshman, at the plate right now for West Shamokin. 2 down for the Wolves here, bottom of the 3rd inning. We're watching High Top Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. And that one will be caught down the left field line there for out number 3. So the Wolves go in order. Here in the bottom half, the home half of the 3rd inning. Just trying to move the hot spot we're running. Maybe I shouldn't have moved it there, Connor.
Maybe not.
Oh, we're back. So it'll automatically reconnect whenever it does that.
Okay.
So let's make sure that the camera stayed connected. I believe it did.
No QR codes for this one.
Oh man, let's not do that again.
Huh?
All right, top of the 4th here, and check out who is. All right, number 10 at the plate for Conemaugh Township. And that will be Lily Zern. Lily Zern up for the Indians right now. And I think we had a pitching change here for West Shamokin. Nope, that's still Avery out there. Avery Elkin in the circle. Oh, I caught myself there, Connor. So Elkin got a change up right there, swinging a miss. Good pitch. Had the batter out in front there. Lily Zern. It wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the wind, Connor.
Yeah, no. Wind's always a big killer here.
Always a factor.
Yeah.
I don't really recall it many times just blowing straight in like it is today. But it's blowing right at us, and that's going to keep the ball in the park most likely for these two teams. Of course, you never know. That one high and popped up, foul into the soccer field.
Go get that for us, souvenir.
Yeah, well, there's always, when you're a freshman on a varsity team and you're just sitting on the bench,
Yeah.
sometimes you get tagged with the duty of going to get the foul balls.
Important stuff.
And I mean, I like to see kids that just fly out of the dugout and go get the ball. That one low.
Remember that football game way back when I did with Joe? With the tarp and the wind
Oh,
and the rain.
yeah, that was at Knock, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were going to blow away in that game, honestly.
Almost did.
And that one smacked by Zern. And it's going to get over ahead of the left fielder out there. And Zern into second with a stand-up leadoff double here in the top half of the fourth inning. Indians scoreless right now on the board. We've got a runner in scoring position right off the rip. Opening day in Major League Baseball today, Connor. Connor was insistent that we play the Pirates fight song from about 15 years ago. A New Pirates Generation, I believe it's called.
Okay.
Connor was like, you got to put this on now.
Yeah, fantastic song.
I said, really, man? Do you really like this song? He said, I love it.
Mm-hmm. My favorite song is on all my playlists.
Oh, man, it just gets in there no matter what. No matter what mood you're in.
Uh-huh.
It'll sneak in there.
Yeah.
First pitch by Elkin is a swinging strike there. Number 4 at the plate for Conemaugh Township. That is Olivia Mousy, maybe.
I believe the Pirates are already down to the Marlins down there.
Yeah, and you were talking about the winning streak they had against the Marlins.
Yeah, maybe I jinxed it. Won't be 9 games in a row.
Commentator's curse by Connor Swartz here.
Oh, yeah.
So Mousy quickly swinging through that one, so down 0-2 to Elkin here. Elkin with a runner in scoring position. Leadoff double by Lily Zern here in the fourth inning. And inside fastball just missing for a ball. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Elkin gets Mousy. 3 swinging strikes there for the strikeout. There we go. Oh, first pitch swinging. And like a line out there, Connor. Did I see it correctly?
Oh,
well, that was a line drive. I think it's shortstop. Couldn't really tell. I'm down below the backstop here. I'm looking at the screen, but it looked like a line out to the left side. So
heck.
didn't even get to announce the batter there. You can see her number. So that'll make it 2 down. And the leadoff double by Zern out there still at second base. So we got number 7 up for Conemaugh Township right now. That is Andy Hunsberger. Elkin trying to work around that leadoff double and get out of this inning with the shutout intact. And she does just that. So we're going to head to the bottom of the fourth inning here. Shamokin still on top, 7-0. Also on the network today, Armstrong Riverhawks baseball team taking on Fox Chapel in a non-section 5A, Whitfield 5A matchup. And that currently stands at 7-4. Riverhawks on top of the Foxes. Joe Rhodes on the call over there. Connor trying very hard to get that game changer going, but it's delayed, and
it is.
It's going to stay delayed, so we just have to do our best here.
Try our hardest.
Hey, if you give your best effort, put your best foot forward. That's all anyone could ever ask, Connor.
True that.
And folks, any confusion on these links, sorry about that. It just dropped about 5 minutes into the first stream. I set it back up, but that original link was lost, but it seems like you've found it. Oh no, look at that, it wasn't lost. No, wait, that's the, yeah, that one's the one that goes down and only lasts for just about 4 minutes. So we're gonna just delete that off of the channel, so no more confusion. That didn't sound like it felt good.
No, it did not.
Ooh. Right, there we go. I'll get rid of that. Delete forever. All right. So no confusion there. We only got one of these links remain up there, and that's the live link that we're on right now. Conemaugh Township here at West Shamokin Heritage Conference softball today. West Shamokin 3-1 coming in. Looking to keep cruising. Last year the Wolves with a record-breaking offensive output, Connor. They outscored their opponents by like 300 runs. If you,
Really?
yeah, pretty insane. Here you go. I'll take that. I gotta stand up. And so their main catalyst for that offense, Lily Jordan, now up at Westminster, playing the softballs up there.
Okay.
And you know they just tagged everybody last year, but then they got into the District 6 playoffs against Southern Huntington. I'm sorry, not Southern Huntington. Oh man, Bald Eagle area, and they lost 4-0, and they couldn't manufacture runs. They didn't really know how to play small ball to get runners on. There's a ground ball, force out at second for out number 2 in the inning. And, you know, last year's head coach, Megan Akins, she resigned, has a young family, so wanted to spend more time with the family. And Jason Elkin taking over here, his first year at the helm for the Wolves. And I spoke with him a little bit in the off-season, you know, getting ready for the year, and he said, you know, we're going to be able to manufacture runs if we need to bunt and steal bases. Last year it was kind of like just a hit parade, you know, just wait for the next person to get the big hit, and it worked all year long until the District 6 playoffs.
Go big or go home, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of the motto.
Yeah.
And trying to lay down a bunt right here with 2 down, or excuse me, 1 down. Sorry. That force out was the first out of the inning. And that is Cameron Vandervoort at the plate right now for the Wolves. And that fastball is off the plate. So make it 2 balls, 1 strike here. Vandervoort with runner down at first base there. Can't see the number. I think it's Avery Elkin. Indeed it is. And that one outside as well. So 3-1 count. You know what they call this 3-1 count?
Oh, yeah?
Driver's seat.
Driver's seat.
You know why? Because you're in the driver's seat as a batter. They got to bring a strike to you. And this is where big hitters like to tee off on a ball. And that's exactly what Vandervoort does. Base knock right back through the box and into center field. And Vance Elkin to second base. Vandervoort, a single on a 3-1 count. That's a driver's seat, Connor.
That is a driver's seat.
You know, when I would get into a 3-1 count, it almost like I was grinding the bat handle because I was so excited because I knew I was going to get a fastball over the plate somewhere. vast majority of the time. Not a lot of guys in high school are confident enough to throw something off speed in a 3-1 count, especially if there's runners on base. So you're hitting in that situation, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to just destroy this ball.
Yeah.
And I would say a good percentage of the time I would be able to do that. And right there, Vandervoort, same deal. She kind of, all that weight on the back foot, ready to come forward on the fastball, and she put a good swing on it. She just hit it off the very end of the bat. I mean, she catches that one on the sweet spot. It's going far.
Multi-sport athlete, Josh Schreckengoss.
Multi-sport indeed. You look at me now and you'd be like, you ran cross country? I'd be like, yes, I did. In another lifetime. Yeah, about 100 pounds ago.
Wow.
Maybe not that many. More like
Could you still?
45. Could I still? Connor, what kind of a question is that? You don't want to see a family member die trying to accomplish a
No, of course.
physical feat of strength. Could I run cross country? No, I could not. I don't even know if I could run to the restroom, the porta potty right now. I might be out of breath. Melina Stewart tags that one. That's deep and out of here. A 3-run bomb for the Wolves there. Melina Stewart makes it 10-0, and the slow trot around the bases. Big swinging Melina Stewart, multi-sport athlete. Now there's a multi-sport athlete, Melina Stewart. Basketball, volleyball, and softball.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she crunched that one. And that'll make it a 10-0 lead for the Wolves. Here in the bottom half of the fourth now, Connor, this is where you get into the rules of the high school game here.
Okay.
So the PIAA instituted what's mercy rules, so it's 10 runs after 5 innings. I think it's 13 after 4. So if the Wolves tack on 3 more and they only have 1 out, I believe this one would be over.
Okay. Short afternoon here.
Yeah, real short. Well, the Wolves, like I said, they did a real bang-up job of making afternoons real short last year during the regular season. Ooh, change-up dropping in there for a strike. Maddie Kern at the plate. Maddie Kern, yet another multi-sport athlete here for these Wolves. When you're playing at a 2A school, I feel like if you're athletic, you got to play multiple sports.
Yeah, of course.
Mainly because of numbers, but that one ripped by Kern right at the center fielder, though. And hit that one on the screws, but case of ripping one right out of glove.
Yeah.
That's it's kind of like a bittersweet moment when you're going back to the dugout after that, because you roped it, you're right on the ball, but hit it right. That girl had to move one step out there in center field.
Right in there.
Atom balls, we call them. That one, oh man, that one was sawed off. That pitch had some movement from outside to in, and it was a swing there by Briar McClafferty, and she could see it coming in on her, so I could pull the hands in a little bit, and just a soft line drive out to second base, but 3 on the board, courtesy of Melina Stewart's long ball. And a 10-0 lead for the Wolves as we get ready to head to the 5th. Connor, you think you can hit one out that far as Melina hit it?
Maybe.
With a golf club and a golf ball?
Oh, no.
No.
There's another story.
I think I might have told you this, but I met a couple of pro golfers when I was up in New Jersey for a weekend to see the kids, and I said, why was I so good at other sports? And I just can't get this at all. Like, the action. Because it's not reactionary. You have to create the action. Every other sport is reactionary, and I never thought of it that way. It's so true. My whole life I grew up, seeing pitches thrown to me.
Yeah.
And the object is to hit those. Well, that stupid ball is on a tee, sitting still.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything. It's not going anywhere. And you have this club in your hand, and you're like, oh, my goodness, I'm going to punish this thing. And then what happens? Out of play, or maybe you line drive your best friend. Who knows? Blow up a piece of the course. I destroyed a ball marker in Florida. It was like the tee box markers. We were at this real nice course, and I tried to crank one, and I got it off the he hit on my club, and it line drived into that thing and just exploded. I tried to put it back together. It didn't work.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the. I could probably hit one as far as Molina, maybe, with a golf club and a golf ball.
Mm.
Top of the 5th here. And first pitch swinging, that one back to Elkin. Go ahead.
I hit some pretty far with the old, what was it?
You're getting a hybrid now.
Wiffle ball bat.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Back in the day.
You know,
the old plastic ball.
Did you ever
denting
you use the thin yellow wiffle ball bat?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to hit rocks with that thing. That was
Really?
like hours and hours. We had like gravel piles up on top of the hill, and there was like a tree line, maybe I'm gonna say 50 yards away, and I made in my mind like tiers. Like if I hit it here in the bottom, it was a single. If I hit it here, it was a double.
Okay.
And if I hit a ground, if I chunked one or whatever, first pitch swinging fastball up high, Elkin blows that one past Jordan Snyder for the first strike. I made tiers, so it was like if I hit it over the trees, that was a home run. Because it was kind of, maybe it was further than 50 yards. I don't know, but it was like, it seemed legitimate. And I would sit there and play like simulated games in my head.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, okay, I got a guy on second and third here. And I would throw the rock to like where I thought a pitcher might pitch me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would throw it like outside and I'd have to swing like that, or I'd throw it inside and have to swing like that. And yeah, I had a lot of free time as a kid.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't have the distractions that the Chillins have today. Line drive right at the shortstop, and that'll do it. Oh no, that's 2 outs. Sorry. So now the Wolves just 1 out away. And that was a line out to the shortstop. Liam Mondi over there today when not in the circle. Mondi playing middle infield. I think that's where Elkin plays too. I think they rotate it. So like when Elkin's pitching, Mondi plays short, and Mondi's pitching, Elkin plays short.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it was in Armstrong last week. Mondi had started, and then Elkin came in, and they both just switched positions there. Pretty easy for head coach Jason Elkin, just to bring the other pitcher in. One taken out, goes right to shortstop.
Yeah. Me and my buddy were talking baseball one day.
Okay.
And if a fully like professional like MLB pitcher threw you like 100 pitches.
No, you don't touch one.
No?
Not at all.
Wow.
Not at all. You don't touch one. If they don't want you to touch the ball, you won't touch it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm talking the worst bum on any MLB roster, you don't touch one pitch.
Wow.
No. Not even lucky. It was funny because you want to hear a great story, something similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
Is Elkin gets strike 2 there on Alina Dull. John Smoltz, Hall of Fame pitcher for the Braves and the Red Sox. He was a starter for the Braves and a closer for the Red Sox. And Tiger Woods in Tiger's prime, there's a ground ball foul down the left field line there. So the battle stay alive. So Tiger in Tiger's prime, there's been nothing like him in professional sports. He's the most dominant athlete of anything ever. Like his records are just out of sight. And so he was like, this is prime Tiger. He would train with like Navy SEALs and stuff.
Oh, wow.
And he knew, John Smoltz, and he goes, Smoltz, I want to hit off you. And this is Tiger Woods. We're talking like a guy in prime of his career, physically, his physical prime, and he just thinks he's the man. And Smoltz threw 5 at bats against him.
Yeah.
And Tiger didn't touch one pitch.
Wow.
And so finally, Smoltz felt bad for him.
Yeah.
And he hung a slider. So it was like, 85 miles an hour, which, a hanging slider you kind of see, and it's coming right to you. And he hung it on purpose, and Tiger fouled it off. And so Smoltz felt bad for him. So he just grooved like a real medium fastball. Tiger hits a little chopper to shortstop. And he goes, I almost got you there. And Smoltz was like, I'd let you hit it.
Yeah.
You had no chance otherwise. And that ground out will end it 10-0. Wolves with the 3-run homer by Melena Stewart there. The big blow to cap it. And West Shamokin 4-1 now on the season, as they pick up a win here at home. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you think you're get 100 pitches from any MLB pitcher?
Yeah.
You ain't touching one unless they want you to.
I bet I could get like
You think
5.
you think you could hit one? You think you could get contact on
Absolutely.
any MLB pitcher throws you 100 pitches?
Paul Skeens.
Oh yeah,
I got him.
Yeah, Connor stepping in against Scoons. That's gay, Scoons. Bring her down here. Well, the Wolves out there will be celebrating another victory.
There you go.
And as I said, Melina Stewart, that big home run there in the bottom half of the fourth, put the Wolves up double digits, and Avery Elkin complete game shutout for West Shamokin as they cruise to a 10-0 victory here over Conemaugh Township. So, Connor, we got no games on the schedule tomorrow, but, folks, make sure you tune in on Saturday. We will be broadcasting the presentation of the Willie Thrower Award.
Okay.
Down there in New Kensington. Willie Thrower Award established 5 years ago to recognize the best quarterback in the WPIL and City League. So they get 5 finalists. They have a banquet for them, and, you know, each coach comes up and talks about their quarterback, and, you know, the board members go over Willie Thrower, the first black quarterback in the NFL. He came from Valley.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't Valley then. It was New Kensington Arnold School District.
Yeah.
And first black quarterback in the NFL, 1954, I want to say. Don't quote me on it. But, yeah, Willie Thrower, you know, he had a great career in the NFL, obviously a trendsetter. He never really, you know, guys back then that were doing stuff like that, they didn't really want to talk about it. You know, it was just like we should have been playing all along. But, yeah, Willie Thrower, just a, you know, really, really great story if you want to look into it. Like I said, from the Arnold, New Kensington area down there, which is now Valley High School. And it's a cool award. They have a statue of Willie Thrower out in front of Valley's home football stadium.
Wow.
And it's just really, I'm glad that it's up and running. It's a way to recognize the WPIAL and the City League together, which usually that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's kind of separate. You know, WPIAL kind of has their own thing, and then the City League kind of has their own thing. But it's a cool award that recognizes the best quarterback basically in Western Pennsylvania. Now, they don't go as far north as District 10, but, you know, Southwestern Pennsylvania, it's the best quarterback, included the City League. So it's cool they'll get a guy. I don't know the finalists off the top of my head, but the reason we were asked to broadcast it is our friend George Guido, friend of the network, kind of asked us to be there. And I was very honored to get that request. So we will be on the air. That starts at noon on Saturday afternoon. And we'll be broadcasting the presentation of the Willie Thrower Award. So Armstrong quarterback Caden Olson, the only 2-time winner of it. I mean, it's only been around 5 years, but he won it twice.
Wow.
And, yeah, we'll see who wins it this year. And we're looking forward to going down there and being a part of history, because Willie Thrower's family, it comes out, and there's, you know, some recognition there for Willie and what he did in the NFL and what he did in his football career. And it's cool. His whole family comes out, and it's a very nice event, and we're honored to be a part of it.
Awesome.
So check that out on Saturday. Willie Thrower Award presentation will be on High Top Sports Network. Connor, any parting thoughts for the folks out there?
I don't think so, no.
No, masking tape did the job today.
Yeah,
thanks to
didn't get knocked off.
thanks to Erica Talmadge in the concession stand there for the masking tape. Appreciate her, and her daughter Aaliyah actually suffered a torn ACL, and is not playing softball this year. You can see her just hobbling a little bit. Got the brace on, but she'll be back hopefully for volleyball, and in good shape for volleyball. She is the setter on the team. Last year they were Heritage Conference champs, so. Oh, look at that. The Pirates did win? Is that what you're telling me? Or is it 2-1 now?
Scored twice.
All right. Yeah. Well, finally, a little run support for Paul Skeens. He's like, hey, I had an ERA under 2 last year. Maybe guys score me some runs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to catch the conclusion of the Pirate game, and it's not going to end up 10-0 like it did here today, but hopefully the Buccos can win on opening day.
We hope.
Yeah, we hope. As my son said to me last night, hope springs eternal. And then I told him a saying that my grandpa Schreckengost used to say to me. I can't repeat it on the air, but it has to do about hope. And he said, what kind of a saying is that? I said, well, that's your great grandpa's. And yeah, can't repeat it on the air, but it's hilarious. And it's, you know, it's kind of hope in one hand and this in the other, and see which one fills up faster. And, you know, obviously the hope hand doesn't fill up fast.
Of course.
So, with that pearl of wisdom, we will sign off. Josh Reckengoss and Connor Swartz here from West Shamokin, recapping the final score once more. 10-0 Wolves over Conemaugh Township, thanks to Carson Boyer Funeral Home and Monuments for being